Today I'm taking you on a tour of some amazing new construction homes in Clermont, Florida. Why is everyone talking about Clermont right now? Simple. This once quiet town is absolutely booming. We're talking new communities, new infrastructure, and yes, even a massive sports and wellness campus on the horizon. Clermont is just 25 minutes from Disney and Orlando, but it's got its own vibe. Rolling hills, sparkling lakes, and a tight-knit, family-friendly feel you won't find anywhere else in Florida. With billions of dollars pouring into development, the Wellness Way corridor is about to explode. Trust me, you don't want to miss out. Now is the time to snag a new home here. Here's how this video is going to work. I'm going to take you through every stage of these new homes in Clermont. And occasionally, we'll pause the video together. At each pause, I'll break down exactly what you need to know and why it matters. Think of it like me personally walking you through this build step by step. So when you buy your own new construction home here in Clermont, you'll be completely prepared. Ready? Let's jump in.
And as always, this information is on the house. All right, so today we're going to be talking all about new construction. It's from getting to those concrete blocks over there to this home that's ready. So let's take a look here. This is, obviously they haven't poured the concrete yet, but they have all the boards up.
Notice that thick plastic sheet? Yep, that's important. It's called a vapor barrier. Builders roll out this huge sheet of plastic before pouring the concrete. It might look like a giant trash bag, but it makes a huge difference. Always double check your builder is using one and that it's not torn anywhere. It's a small detail that keeps your floors dry and your home safe from that sneaky Florida moisture.
You can also see that they've got plumbing in here. The plumbing has to go in before they pour the concrete.
The plumbing and other underground utilities are installed first before concrete can be poured. Crews lay out and install the sewer lines, water supply pipes, and underground electrical conduits that will bring power into the home. These systems must be precisely positioned so they align with the home layout, like where bathrooms and appliances will go. Once everything is inspected and approved, the slab is poured right over them, locking those utilities into place. It might seem early to be running pipes and power, but you're seeing it done the Florida way.
These wood frames will come off once the concrete is dry. This home here is a little bit further along, so we're going to see everything in different stages along the way. So as you can see, we have block construction on the first floor and wood construction on the second floor.
For those new to Florida, you'll notice some houses use concrete blocks and others use wood framing. Here, it's common to do block on the first floor for strength and pest resistance and wood on the second for cost and flexibility. Block is great for hurricanes and termites can't eat it, but wood is still very strong and easier to work with for things like plumbing and electric.
Now we've seen all the way from dirt all the way to the blocks. This home is just the next phase along. We've got electrical, we've got plumbing, we've got insulation, and they're about to ready to put in the drywall. So we still get to peek behind the walls to see what's in there. Like this home is in a stage that would be called a pre-drywall inspection. But as soon as this drywall goes in, it's anybody's guess what's behind these walls.
Even brand new homes need inspections, and not just from the city. You could hire your own inspector for a quick pre-drywall check. You might find missed insulation, crooked framing, or plumbing issues that are easy fixes now, but hidden later. Also, get a thorough final inspection. Builders do their best, but an extra set of eyes gives peace of mind. Your home's truly ready.
You can see the insulation is here behind me along all these walls, the exterior walls.
Insulation, maybe not flashy, but crucial in the Florida heat. Most homes get attic insulation of R30. Even higher is ideal. Radiant barriers or spray foam are big bonuses. Check wall insulation carefully too, whether it's foam inserts for block walls or fiberglass for wood frames. No missed spots. Good insulation means lower bills and a cooler home when the sun is blazing. You'll thank yourself later.
The interior walls aren't going to get this insulation. This is your air conditioner for this side of the house. And you can see it's not very far along. Obviously, the unit's not there yet.
Quick pause for the HVAC, the system keeping us cool. Always check thermostat placement, no weird spots, and where the air handler is installed. Attic units need a drip pan with a float switch. Also note the SEER rating. Higher means better efficiency. And pro tip, even brand new systems need fresh filters regularly. Florida dust clogs them quickly, and a happy AC equals a happy home.
All of our plumbing, like I mentioned earlier, plumbing comes up through the slab. So that plumbing was put there before this concrete was there, and it has to be spot on to make all this work. But that's an attic vent or a ceiling vent. And you can also see, if I follow that along, it does go outside too. So that's nice. It vents outside, not into your attic, putting moisture into your attic. You can see there's notes from the construction manager to the subs. It says remove this, add this, put this one 20 inches over. So they're all looking, they're trying to stay ahead of the county or the city inspector. This is what it looks like once the drywall is in.
Drywall's up, finally looks like a real house inside. Quick tip, most new homes here have this knock-down wall texture. It hides minor imperfections. Right now, look closely for visible seams or dents before paint goes on. It's an easy fix at this stage, and later, if tiny cracks or nail pops appear, don't stress, it's just the house settling, totally normal. Builders typically handle those touch-ups at the 1-year mark.
And on the ceiling, if you can see that, that's the same material, it's just a different style of texture. So we call that knockdown. So basically, they take a big hopper and spray this, and then they take basically like a squeegee, and they literally just knock it down. Not too much to look at in here, but you do want to make sure, because this does happen, you want to make sure you've got a return air and a supply air coming into the room and going out of the room, because sometimes when they put those sheets of drywall up, they might drywall right over that, and nobody, it's out of sight, out of mind. You don't see it. They might miss the fan light or an electrical outlet. But you want to make sure all those are there up to code, because they're supposed to be about every 6 feet on the wall. So if you go more than 6 feet and don't see another electrical panel switch, then something's wrong. The drywall guy might have went right over the top of it. And you can see that they use a different type of board here that has to be inside of a shower. It has to be mold and mildew resistant. This house is not very far from being turned over to the people that bought this. But as we look around and we compare this house to what it looked like prior to any of these finishes going in, when we could still see the insulation, we could still see all the vents that didn't have covers on them, and all wondering where all the lights were going to be. The cabinets are in, the handle pulls are on, so there's a lot going on here. We're going to make sure that these doors close correctly and they actually lock. I can pull on this and it should not open. That's your air conditioner unit inside that door, but you can see the drywall and the door frame don't exactly meet up there. So to make sure your emergency shutoff is here, your drain is here, there's no obvious holes in the ductwork. It looks like somebody broke a mirror at some point. So there's a mirror in there. These are probably tilt-in windows, so you can clean the outside because we're on the second story. So you want to make sure that you open and close those and they tilt in properly. Okay, so we're standing outside on this house now, and again, don't rest on this, because the exterior is just as important as the interior. Because we're in Florida, the weather is pretty harsh here.
Florida's sun and rain can be brutal, so even new homes need TLC. Every year or so, check the outside of your house. Look for a cracked caulk around windows and doors, and reseal it to keep water out. Plan on repainting the exterior every few years. The sun fades paint, and you want that stucco protected. Also, note if your home has gutters everywhere you need them. Builders sometimes skip gutters on the sides of the house, but you'll want them to channel rain away from your foundation during our big storms. And don't forget about pests. Keep up a termite bond or regular pest control, because Florida critters love to invite themselves in. Stay on top of these little things and your Clermont home will stay beautiful and problem-free for years to come.
The sunshine beats down on these homes and takes a toll on the materials that they use, as well as when we have thunderstorms and hurricanes and that. You don't want water intrusion. Water is probably the worst enemy of a house can have, especially here in Florida. So the builder has preemptively walked this house already and they've put the tape on the walls.
It's blue tape time. This is your final walkthrough where we nitpick every tiny flaw. Paint drips, cabinet alignment, wall dings, you name it. Test faucets, flush toilets, flip switches. Builders expect this, so don't hold back. Homes can end up covered in tape, and that's totally okay. It's satisfying knowing everything gets fixed. Take your time here and you'll thank yourself on move-in day.
And it looks kind of scary, like, oh my gosh, there's all this stuff that's wrong, but these are mostly little imperfections. But they're definitely necessary because the home builder, it's their reputation. So let's take a little bit of work around and kind of see what we can see. And then we've got some issues over here. See, this is kind of a, that should have been caught by the painters. It shouldn't have been left there. And this one you can see the trim, and I can feel this. This is someone's already tried to fill that in with some caulk. And then here's an issue over here. These are called boogers usually. It's just like a little, imperfection in the spray when they put the texture on the walls. It looks like the kitchen, they did a pretty good job because I don't see much tape anywhere on the cabinets. There's a couple on the cabinets, but not very much considering how many moving parts and how much there is to a kitchen. Nothing concerning here at all. This is totally normal because the paint was done weeks and weeks ago, before the carpet was in, before a lot of the hardware was put on the doors, probably before the cabinets were put in. So a lot of banging up, and tradespeople in here with their ladders and their equipment, and they just bump up against the wall and it's bruised, and so now that those things are going to be corrected. That's on the electrical panel. It looks like it's just cosmetic on the exterior. If there was something on the inside, they would have this open and tape with arrows pointing into it and telling them what's wrong. And these are kind of things that you might miss. So there's blue tape here, but we look down and this is not in good shape. This is not going to be a good seal on that door. So make sure you preemptively are in good contact with your warranty department. The person that comes and does this warranty is going to sit right here at the kitchen counter and draw up a list live with you here. And then the next day, when all this tape, when you do your walkthrough, all that blue tape, there's going to be lists right here. The flooring guy, the painting guy, the drywall guy, the roofer, whatever, and they're going to have their list. And when they're done with their list, they're going to probably cross it out and sign off on it that it's complete. And that home warranty person will, again, do one more final walk with you the day of closing or the day before closing to make sure all the things that you saw were corrected and that those lists were taken care of. And so you usually get 2 walkthroughs, one to do the blue tape and then one after all those repairs have been made.
And there you have it, Clermont's new construction in a nutshell, from the foundation to the final finishes. I hope you enjoyed tagging along and picked up a few helpful tips. If you did, do me a favor, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss our next tour or insider guide. Reach out to me anytime. I'm always here to help. Thanks so much for watching and hanging out with me today.
And as always, this information is on the house.